man gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound to surround me. I'm corrupted. Flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. Whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like.
All right, Coach, from one of the loudest venues in the NFL, there's a look at Arrowhead Stadium here in Kansas City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Oakland Raiders and the Kansas City Chiefs. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Right now, 180.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. On 2nd and 11 now. Carr trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. He's continuing to be a big presence defensively. Remember last week, AFC Defensive Player of the Week, and a big pick right there.
And when you pile up big numbers, it gets everyone's attention. But sometimes the number just needs to be, how many game-changing plays did you make? Did you take the ball away from the other team? He just did that, trying to win the award again this week.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. A really nice gain of 25 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. We should mention, to go along with a great game he had last week, he was rightfully named AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
And he shares that with his offensive line, the tight end, his fullback. He's looking for more and more of that in this game.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 3rd and 1. From the gun, it's Carr. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a first down. Throwing on first down is Carr. It's brought in by Kevin White. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. They'll run with Coleman on first down and give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 44-yard line. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
At the Chiefs' 44-yard line.
Monday, down. Blue 80. 54.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Play action. Now it's Carr. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 19. And he will take it across midfield and down to the 45. First quarter, and now he already has 2 interceptions.
Yeah, he's got to guard against being tentative from this point forward, though. He's got to still make the right reads, make the proper throws. I've seen guys in this league throw 4 interceptions in a game and win. He's got to understand, put it behind you, keep pressing forward.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. On the ground, this is Williams. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Mahomes escaping the pressure right. Taking a deep and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Mecole Hardman with touchdown number 7 on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. How about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there. And in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Carr now to throw. It's caught. Nelson. His first catch, good for 8 and a 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Darren Lee charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 3rd down and long coming up. On 3rd and long, it's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Frank Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Flush to his right. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. A big play there for KC. 62 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone. Williams. Take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. Damian Williams, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
This one taken from the 7. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit. 14-0 to score as they regroup with 1st and 10. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2.
Well, that's often a surprise for the defensive guys when they see the big fella slide out of the backfield and catch the ball. Not something they usually go over in practice very often.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Carr gives it off to Washington. And the Chiefs D closes in on him again, and they drop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. Shotgun now for Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. First target, first catch, and a 1st down.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland 1st down.
They sure put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
On 1st down, it's Coleman. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Let's talk a little football 101 here because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Check hot route.
Going to try the jet sweep with Nelson. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stopped that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Give them 14 on that one and a first down.
First down, Raiders.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. On the counter, here's Coleman. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. Now a second timeout called for by the defense, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Now they'll throw with Carr. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. The 20, 10, and it's a terrific return here as he's going to have them set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
When you got your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
I hope you brought your left because I'm about to... Hero 15! Hero 15!
Working from the gun, Mahomes. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Boy, that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. They'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
Operating from the gun, Carr. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
What we got? What we got? What we got?
On first down, Carr. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. It was Breeland Speaks getting home to the quarterback that time.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Carr looking for White on the deep ball. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Intercepted. The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 7-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Right here. Shoot. 43.
And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. This one taken from the 7. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
First and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They go play fake. Mahomes. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And their inaugural sack of the game coming from an unlikely source.
You mean it wasn't a linebacker? It wasn't a defensive end?
It was somebody like you.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that's a surprise for the offense. That's not what they normally get when they think about pressure.
After the sack on first down, Mahomes. Got a man open. It's Ross. That one covers 29 yards. First down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary. Figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target. And now it's second down. They work again from the 38 on second and 10. They'll run out of the gun here. Williams. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
So third down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked by Trayvon Mullen. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Check 26, check 26.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's second and 9. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now, is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down.
And that's the second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
And he gets this away, angled for the sideline with a lot behind it. Wow.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4's kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Mahomes now on first down. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Butker on for the PAT. And it is now 21-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 8. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Handoff, Coleman, right side. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Looking for White on the deep ball. And my goodness, another interception. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman?
Oh, yeah, that's
then
right.
With the Eagles?
That's right. Then with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. They begin the drive with Williams. And he'll be taken down at the 18. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Hey, 43, 15.
They run it again with Williams. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a 1st down.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a 1st down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Mahomes now on first down. Flushed out right. And going deep for Hill. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to have this down deep into Oakland territory. Mahomes finding Hill for a big play. 65 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Check. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their fourth pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. He's made some pretty bad.
This is caught by Hill for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill, his second touchdown of the night. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and it is 28-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. He is proving his worth defensively. Getting the sack here, that comes after being named the AFC Defensive Player of the Week for his performance in last week's game.
He's stacking games together, isn't he? I mean, you just mentioned what he did the previous week to be named AFC Defensive Player of the Week. Continuing to play at that level. And when you get that kind of confidence going, those kind of guys are hard to stop.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Well, this secondary has done such a good job of frustrating these receivers tonight. Another example right there on the deep ball.
Sometimes when the sun goes down and it's just the bright lights in the stadium, there's a little extra spring in their step, doesn't it? And that's what we're seeing from the defenders. Doesn't matter whether it's man or zone, deep ball, short ball, and that was a deep one there. They're making plays on the football, contesting everything.
At their own 20-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, the fact you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Check. 15.
Throwing now is Mahomes. They'll roll him out right. And going. He's got him in. Complete. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Tyreek Hill with his third touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. The extra point up and good. And that will extend this big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3-and-out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now Carr, and an alley to run. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. That's now his 2nd interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? He's having to run with a running back or a tight end. In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
At the Raiders' 32-yard line.
Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. Following the penalty, it's Williams. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5.
Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
They'll run it with Williams. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And this won't be enough to pick up the 1st. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass, but in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that, MVU. Well done.
That one good for 13 and a Raider 1st down. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And now here is another interception. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Here's Mahomes now on the option right. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards there and a first down.
So finally, at this stage of the game, he lets his legs carry him for a big-time first down. But I think this is all set up by his eyes throughout the game. He's been taking it all in as he's watched this thing unfold. And finally, the eyes carried the legs and took him downfield.
You're right. His longest run of the game waited until the fourth quarter, and maybe that lulled the defense to sleep a little bit. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up second and
The busy night continues for Williams. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So no gain on the play. They'll decline the penalty to not give him the down back.
And were you thinking to yourself that maybe they would take the yardage there?
Yeah,
because
possibly.
I definitely was. But as you noted, maybe they're just looking at the downs chart and saying, okay, we're comfortable where we are.
And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. Give him 8 yards on the carry, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
That was a good run, probably right on the edge of breaking into something really big. So the defensive guys right now are talking about, okay, what can we do to slow him down before he truly gets started?
So good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt, just the way you used to hit him, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
the Raiders take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
Be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going
Exactly.
forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
You're not going to want that feeling.
no, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
Incomplete. It's third down and 10 yards to go.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Throwing now is Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down.
A loss of 7 yards. And it's fourth down.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City.